think you not love me. I'm done.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. We all thought the saga between our cringe lord pal Ed and his 90-day fiance Rose was over with, but looks like we have one final chapter, at least for now. Keep watching because we're about to see the finale of this epic tale of deception and lies and no necks, and I think Ed is about to get told off in this video, if you ask me. It's about time. Anyways, without further ado, let's just jump into it. Wow, so last time we left off, for those of you who have not been in the loop, Ed was just sitting at this table and at this resort looking for Rose all morning, and she left him because he lied pretty much the entire time about wanting kids. Actually, not pretty much the entire time, definitely the entire time. Like from the get-go, they were messaging about her goals of starting a family, and he said he was down, but then he tried to cover it all up right at the very end of their trip, you know, after he's had his fun, as if nobody would notice. Well, Ed, we did notice, and so did Rose, and it's kind of messed up to lie about that, and if you missed that video or any of my videos on Ed in the past, please go watch them. They're all recent, and in my opinion, this dude is just like the magnum opus for internet cringe. He is a perfect embodiment of what not to do. And anyways, looks like they're about to have a very tense conversation, and I'm here for it, so let's get it going.
I was worried about you.
All right, first things first, he woke up in their hotel room alone, so I mean, that was red flag number one. And now when she does approach our boy Ed here, he doesn't even get a hug or a handshake or anything, no physical contact whatsoever. She just sits down, and that's not a good sign. And based off of TLC's original title for this video, I think we're about to see a bad ending for old Ed boy right now. Again, I have to make this note, when I talk positively about him, I'm sure he is a good guy, but don't take that as me rooting for him, because he is definitely the bad person in this situation. He has lied to her a lot and kind of humiliated her throughout this whole trip, so she is very justified in telling him off right now, if you ask me.
I want to be alone and have space for things.
So at least she's starting off the conversation pretty level-headed. I wasn't expecting that, you know. She's simply asking for some space and time to think, since Ed kind of dropped a big bombshell on her last night, saying that he doesn't want kids. And after spending what seems to be weeks together in her home country and meeting her family and everything, Rose was so excited to finally start to wrap up this trip, because that meant they were that much closer to going to America together and starting this family. But oops, you know, Ed forgot to mention that he's getting a snip operation and isn't looking to have any more kids in the future, and just lied to her about the whole family thing to get her to actually get with him. So yeah, if I was her, now that I think about it, I would be going off on this dude right now, but I guess she has more patience than me. Actually, I know she does, because I would have given up on Ed after seeing him in the airport, to be honest, if I was her. Yo guys, before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal, you just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works.
Why you not tell me the truth? You not want a baby? Why?
What do you mean? Dude.
Why you not tell me first before you come here?
Ed for some reason can't grasp how big of a deal this is for her, and I'm sure it's frustrating that she can't just go off on him in her native tongue, which would be a lot easier and she could explain herself better, because he's just not getting it. He's sitting here speechless and in shock, as if none of this was expected. But dude, regardless of the issue, if it's something that big and important, and you lied about it for months only to allow you to progress further in the relationship, then you're a scumbag, plain and simple. Plus, Ed is in his 50s with an adult daughter of his own. He's got a lot of life behind him, and you'd think he's had enough life experiences to know better, but I guess not.
Why? Why? What's wrong?
For once, the man that never seems to be able to stop talking and listen is speechless. This is a huge moment, boys and girls. I never really thought I'd see the day. You want to know why he's speechless right now? Because there is no gray area in this dispute, and he knows it. It's so clear that he's the bad guy for lying to her face for months leading up to him coming here, and it was just the slimiest move ever to reveal that huge dream-shattering information right before he left, and was probably going to propose to her at the same time. I'm glad she could see his true colors though before they committed, because she would never be happy in this relationship with him. It seems like a big opportunity in her eyes for her family and for herself, but really it's not, and she will find someone closer to her age that doesn't lie to her and truly loves her and doesn't look down on her and her family, even though they don't have many material possessions. She can do much better in just about every single way.
Because I'm 54 years old, I don't want more kids.
Why you not tell me the truth? Why you not telling me first on chatting.
Yo, props to Rose for not letting up on this dude right now. He's giving her some annoying half answer like he always does, as if she should know that he's 54 and doesn't want kids. How do you expect her to know that when you were lying and said that you did want them earlier on in the relationship when it was just you two chatting on a computer screen or on your phones? I think maybe he never thought it would get this far or something, or just didn't plan this far along, but he really screwed the pooch on this one, and I don't think he's gonna be able to win her back with a nice poolside dinner after this one.
Why you not tell you before you come here?
I should have been more truthful.
Yes, you definitely should have been more truthful. I agree with you there. But here's the issue, Ed. I still have yet to hear an "I'm sorry" come out of your mouth, aka the most important thing you could possibly say right now. Him trying to explain his way out of this and weasel his way through to her heart again is so disgusting. Like, dude, that is not what you do right now. When the issue is so cut and dry like this, you apologize. Like I said earlier, that you're clearly the bad guy, so how about you start to do some introspective thinking so that you can learn from this and grow as a person, and give this poor woman a sincere apology for leading her on for so long, thinking that she was going to move to America with you and start a family.
But I wanted to get to know you. I wanted you to get to know me, to make sure that we are compatible.
Oh, so you wanted her to know the real you. That's why you lied about things like your height before meeting her, right? I'm sorry, Ed, but you've been very entertaining, but at the same time, I think of Rose's position, and it just gets me mad how badly he's navigating this and hurting her. Don't come around with this, "I wanted to get to know you, the real you" stuff, because we see right through it, dude. You were trying to get with her and did anything you could to get to that point. Then afterwards, you admitted you lied, and she rightfully blew up at you. I'm sorry, dude, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Don't be a liar next time.
I know who you are. I think. You first lied to me about height.
Yes, and Rose is bringing up all of his lies now too. I gotta say, I was not expecting her to come with this heat right now. She has been real direct with him, which has not been her strong suit in the past. But right now, she is pulling out all the stops and dropping hammers of truth right now. He's lied about major things in his life, and that is a massive red flag in the beginning of a relationship. Even if you can find it within yourself to forgive him, like, that is a bad sign. I'm so happy for Rose right now. She's really, really grown in this series.
So I'm disappointed because you always embraced me. Yeah.
So Ed straight up humiliated this woman multiple times on a show that millions watch. You guys can't forget that. Lies aside, that's a major point in my opinion, and I'm glad Rose is bringing it up because she deserves to vent about that. He made huge deals about her shaving her legs and brushing her teeth more often, and looked down on her and her family as if she's some charity case this whole time. There's just so much wrong that he's done so far, and I'm surprised it took her this long to snap on him and go off like this.
All right. So you think I'm bad. I'm a bad person, okay.
So apparently, after she finally speaks her mind and is honest about all the messed up stuff he's been doing to her in this trip so far, he just waddles off angrily, like that's his answer. Talk about a defeated man. He doesn't even put up a fight. He really does not take criticism well at all, which is another nice badge of honor when it comes to this man's winning personality. Rose even said that the next girl he finds will probably not be happy with him either, which is true. I mean, unless he changes his ways. So hopefully that sticks with him at least, and he can learn from this relationship, because there are about 1,000 things that he can take from this as lessons to better himself as a person and as a boyfriend.
Ed cannot accepted his own mistakes. I miss my son.
So Rose goes back to the hotel room to pack up and is excited to see her son again, since she had to leave him for a bit for this vacation within a vacation that they took, and she felt bad for leaving him. And I gotta say, I'm ultimately just really sad for this woman as she's packing up. She really gave it her all and was willing to overlook a lot of things when it came to Ed, especially physically, because, I mean, obviously these two are not who you'd expect to be together if you just saw them both randomly out in public. But regardless, he showed his true colors here at the end and revealed to her that somehow his personality was the worst part. And at that point, it's just not within her cards to keep fighting for him and to love him when he shows her almost no respect in return. Also, I think it's safe to say, finally, that she is for sure not a gold digger. I kind of was thinking that in the beginning, you know, she was only in it for the money. But again, she would not make this big of a deal about starting a family if she was truly only in it for the money. I think she actually was trying to make this work and wanted to see it through, but that just can't happen at this point. And that is sad to see, but it's the truth.
I meet my true king in the future.
So at least Rose is remaining optimistic here and level-headed at the end of this. She's been very mature throughout the ending of the situation, which I'm happy to see. She's done with Ed and looking onto her future where she will meet someone who will really respect her and not lie to her about their height and other various things like wanting kids. Meanwhile, when the producers talk to Ed, he is still thinking that he just needs to give her time and let her think through things. But I think it's safe to say these two are over, and I don't think he's able to really take that in right now. I know I said the same thing at the end of my last two videos with these two, but I'm serious this time, you guys. I really can't think of how much more they can continue with this storyline after this. These two are not compatible, and I called it from day one. Anyways, let me know what you guys all thought of this episode down in the comments below. I'm glad Rose finally stood up for herself, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.